Ah, good evening, good morning, good afternoon, good whatever the case is. This is Kenya Revolutionary. Just for a quick recap, I know it's very late in Kenya, so you're probably sleeping in Kenya. If you miss this okay. Don't lose your sleep. You can wake up tomorrow morning and hopefully you look at a notification on YouTube and you will see that I actually posted something. So if you are going to wake up to this, God bless you. The first order of business still the same, still stays the same. Go ahead and like the video. That's the first order of business. Then, if you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. Okay, this will be a very brief one. I won't stay here for long. I won't hold you, as they say, okay? So I'll just go through a few things that have been happening today. One of the main news coming out today was Jeremiah Kioni came out and dispelled all that conman Raila Odinga was telling us. Remember yesterday, Raila Odinga came out and told us that Uhuru Kenyatta called him and asked him to go talk to Ruto so that Ruto can, I don't know, whatever the case is. Basically help out Ruto so that Ruto can, calm down, whatever the case is. Help him to thwart the whole Gen Z thing that was happening in the streets. So he sent Raila, according to Raila, Uhuru sent him to Ruto, to quell things, okay, to calm things down. Well, Jeremiah Kioni came out today and said, no, that is not the case. Karibu sana Melchizedek, nice seeing you. Please like the video, share, comment, do all the good stuff. So Kioni came out and said, that is not the case. Uhuru did not, cannot, do, won't not, will not do such a thing. So I don't know if I think I have the thing, right? Yeah, yes, I have it. Let me play this. Listen to Kioni himself refute what Raila was telling us. So this again shows that Raila is lying. For those Raila faithful, remember he told us that Ruto came to him and was begging him, was on his knees, asking him, please help us. We cannot kneel. So he donated his experts to Ruto. But here, then he came out a few weeks later, and told us that Uhuru sent him to talk to Ruto so that things can come down. Well, that seems not to be the case, according to Kioni, who is their what? One of the head honchos on Jubilee. So let's look at the video and see what Kioni actually said regarding that matter. He is contradicting everything Mr. Raila was telling us. So here it is. Kioni, take it off.
So I am attending a press conference at the Jubilee Party headquarters, and this man here, his name is Jeremiah Kioni. He's the Secretary General of Jubilee Party. And he says, from yesterday's statement by Raila Odinga, that he spoke to Uhuru Kenyatta, or it is Uhuru Kenyatta who told him to join and support President William Ruto. You have said in no uncertain terms that Raila Odinga was lying to the country. Why is that?
Uhuru Kenyatta's position is that you cannot join a government that is bent on causing all the havoc that it has caused for Kenyans, killing them, abducting them, removing all the social support system that was there. Through budgeted corruption, you can see wastage of resources. This is not a government to join. It is actually a government that we should be working to remove as provided for in the constitution. And Uhuru did communicate to Kenyans through his letter that he was consumed by Kenyans during, I think it was on the 25th of July. And if you want to know his thinking, his position, and why you have to really be careful about what Raila said yesterday and what I hold to be untrue, it is not accurate, then you know that what Uhuru Raila said yesterday was really a misleading position.
SG, we are not disputing the fact that you're the SG of the party that Uhuru Kenyatta leads. That's the Jubilee Party. But we also acknowledge that there has been a very good camaraderie between Raila Odinga and Uhuru Kenyatta for the past 2 years.
Yes.
So why would you put a doubt in what Odinga says as Uhuru having told him on phone?
On 2-3 occasions, I can tell you, even on the issue of Nandiko, the position, the advices were separate. And I can also tell you, when Raila was also engaging Obasanjo, it was not with the full knowledge of all of us in Azimio. we were running of it, and after the event. So good relationship is there, but it is not good again to drag other people's names into the mud. Kama umeamua, amua. Why was there a good relationship? Because both of them are politicians. So when you make a decision, as Uhuru did make a decision of going to Kasarani and handing over the instruments of power, even when he had his reasons and he knew that the elections had been rigged, that's a decision he has chosen to live with. He has never told us that Raila told him to go. No.
So Raila lied.
Don't blame others. Don't try to blame others. When you make wrong decisions, live with them. The decision that was made by Raila is a wrong decision. And I'm sure he will be saying many things that are not accurate, including what he said to Kumarakwe.
Well, something else you've said which is very important, that all along, even while Raila Odinga was engaging Obasanjo, the rest of you at Azimio did not know.
We learned of it. We were learning of those things as after effects, after the event. Kwa hivyo aka kasafari ya kwenda watu walianza kitambo. Sisi tumekuwa tumejaribu kumwambia jamani, msiende, mnaenda pahali ambayo haifai, mnaacha wa Kenya. Sasa wameruka ndani.
So very briefly, and even as I conclude, you've said that there are now two ballots, Kalonzo Musyoka's ballot and William Ruto's ballot. Yes. What does that mean? Are you endorsing Kalonzo Musyoka, or are you saying that
we in Azimio is a coalition that is in the opposition, the coalition that has put together the opposition for the time being in this country, and it is the opposition, the coalition that associates with Gen Z na wa Kenya. Na sisi kama ambao wako ndani ya Azimio, we had Raila as our presidential candidate. He has now left for AU. In politics, you must look ahead.
There's no vacuum.
There's no vacuum. That hole has now been filled by Kalonzo Musyoka.
Does a clarion call? Does a clarion call Ruto must go still stand? And if it does, then does it mean that even those who've joined him, Joho, Ambadi, Oparanya, and Wandai, should equally go? And will that extend to mean by Ruto must go?
When we say Ruto must go, it is everything Ruto is in. You know, when they started trying to become mischievous, they started saying we are saying Ruto so that we are left with Rigiji. So when we say Ruto must go, the body said this is a skunk. He has now joined the skunk. And we are saying the skunk must go. So Badi, Joho, Oparanya, Wandai, rafiki yangu. Sasa wameingia kwa
they all must go. Does that extend to Raila Odinga?
Hata yeye mwenyewe kama ameingia pandio, si hata yeye wana Kenya wenyewe wanasema must go. Sinaona hashtag. Yes. Ruto Raila must go. Who am I?
Thank you very much.
Thank you
very much. That is the Jubilee Party Secretary General Jeremiah Kioni, who's just finished addressing a press conference here in Nairobi.
Kioni anasema kila mtu aende. But the point that I took that really kind of raised my eyebrows was that kumbe ama jamaa they didn't know that Obasanjo had met with Raila Odinga, and hakujua, they were in the dark mpaka baadaye ndio agwambo tiringenye wenyewe konman. But anyway, this is interesting because now it kind of embarrasses Raila Odinga. It shows how, you know, there's a clip, I don't know if it's real or not, but I saw it on another a platform where Oparanya was talking about Raila testing the waters when they first, it was announced that they were going to be the CSs. Ruto is going to, they are going to be proposed to be CSs. So Oparanya, there's that Oparanya was talking somewhere. I don't know how valid that clip is. Oparanya was saying Raila ni kama alikuwa na, he was saying that he doesn't know about that. Mara baadaye they were saying that alipeana majina ipitishwe huko, and ni kama Raila anaogopa the reaction from the people, the Kenyan people. So when he mentioned at first that Ruto came to him begging him to help him to govern, people did not take that well. Karibu sana Pritpal Kaur. People did not take that well. So once that happened, he came up with another one. Now he was in Marakwet and he said, it is Uhuru. Basically tried to put it on Uhuru. Raila doesn't want to say that it is me, Raila Odinga, who actually went there to meet Uhuru Nani to join the president Ruto because he's scared of the backlash. Instead of just being real and saying, hey, listen, this is the case, mi nilienda nikakutana na Ruto nikajoin, bado anacheza mchezo wa paka na panya because he wants to be seen, bado anataka to maintain his support base, majority of his support base, bado anataka watu wamwamini. He doesn't want to be seen as msaliti. He wants to be part of government, at the same time he wants to be seen as the opposition. You can't play both ways. As Mr. Kioni has said, Kioni amesema hiyo maneno, if you make a bad decision, please live by it. Do not start blaming people. That is what Kioni was saying, which I thought was very interesting. Raila is losing credibility left, right, and center. In fact, I think he hopes that this AU thing works out, because if it doesn't, well, of course, he has a plan B. Don't be fooled, like I told you. If the AU thing fails, which I think it might fail, Raila Odinga will rely heavily on the changing of the constitution, because Raila tataka kuingia kwa serikali. Ashatuma wakina Oparanya huko wameingia na mara moja. So the second, like I told you, their next move is to change the constitution. Ndio watengeneze hiyo BBI, Government of National Unity, or what do they call it now? Something government of broad-based nonsense, okay? That is their goal. So if Raila doesn't make it to the AU, best believe he will be fighting tooth and nail to change the constitution so that he can be part of the next dispensation once the constitution is changed, because they will try to do so. Listen carefully. But anyway, in other news, Kasmuel McOure is trending. He was having a discussion. There was this morning show. I don't know what it's called. It's on 24, whatever. This guy is still making rounds in different morning shows in Kenya. Like I said, I said he says all the good things, and I'm with him. I agree with him as far as his reasoning towards the Gen Z movement and what they're fighting for, and the criticism, how he's criticizing the government, what's wrong with the government. I like that. I'm with him 100% on that. But while I agree with everything he says and I support everything he says, I still question, who is he? Like I said, this guy just showed up from out nowhere. He's self-promoting himself, and he seems to be having all the access to the mainstream media. And as you know, I gave the example, real radicals like the Migunas, once they were really started, Pata Wafuasi, because he was speaking against this powerful regime, they blacklisted him. They made sure that he was not having any access, having any platform that's provided by this mainstream media. So my question I asked in the previous video, I said, yes, this guy is saying all the good things. He's all well suited up, ready for media, says the right thing at the right time and all that sort of that. And he's having all these debates, which is okay. But again, I say, who is propping this guy up as the face of the Gen Z? And if you look at everyone who has been perceived to be the faces of Gen Z, they have always been detained or worse. Okay, unasikia wameshikwa, wameingizwa for 48 hours, wanatolewa, mara their house has been raided, mara union. You see, but with Kasmuel, nothing like that has happened. We only saw him, alikuwa anakimbizwa na polisi pale on 99, then he went to that Nation studio, which is fine. But I'm just saying that, why is it that they're not going for him? Ruto is desperate, wants to save his face, wants to save his government, whatever the case is, his empire. And this guy is so-called the face of Gen Z. Remember, Gen Z, the whole point of Gen Z, say they're leaderless, they're tribeless, they're all less. They were doing this to avoid being captured or compromised. You understand? They were doing this because they knew if they had a face, a leader, a specific leader, they can be easily be compromised. And if they are not compromised, they will get killed. Okay. Just like when Kenya has always seen Raila as the face of the opposition. But time after time again, while you pin your hopes on this Raila Odinga, he always joins the government. He's compromised, probably got paid, and anajiingiza kwa serikali, then hiyo story yenu ya kumaandamano inaisha hivyo, and you end up losing. So the Gen Z thought about it and said, you know what? We are going to be faceless, tribeless, and partyless, okay? And so when Gen Z, the movement ilikuwa na shikamoto, they decided, okay, Atticus ako hapo. Let me get in Atticus. Naona Atticus leo ako, amesema nataka kuingia hapa. Wacha nimwekee link. I won't be here for long, but I will do so. Maybe ako na siasa moto anataka kuniambia. Atticus, karibu. So like I was saying, yeah. So that's why I'm asking what's it. But anyway, let me play this clip really quick as Atticus is joining me in a few seconds here. I see he asked for the link. Melchizedek too, if you want to join me, it's been a while. If you want to join in, go ahead. The link ndio hiyo nimeweka. You can join in and give me your 2 cents. Let me play this Kasmuel this Kasmuel clip while there's Atticus. Okay, ndio huyo basi is throwing gang signs. We don't promote any gang over here. So just to let you guys know, msinikujie mkifikiria ni kwa hiyo kikundi ya Atticus. Anyway, how are you doing, Atticus?
Owada, Edinadi.
Hadi mabere, sema.
To all the people out there, hello, peace, love, and respect. When I say Owada, that means my brother. Kenyan Rebel and I have been arguing through this political
Yes.
Can I swear on this channel?
It's monetized, so
okay.
Hiyo tongulo napata.
Okabiwacho. In fact, if I swear by any mistake, I owe you 20 pounds, not dollars. Pounds.
Sawa. You know how to pay me. Ndio hiyo hapo, those watu wanataka it's there. So no. God, please, Satan, please make him swear so I can get those 20.
Ankodi, my brother.
Yes, sir.
To all the people out there, I'm just saying, hello, my brother. Owada Idinadi means hello, my brother. Owada means brother. Idinadi in Luo.
Yes.
We have to educate the people.
Yes.
Idinadi means hello.
Yeah.
And us Luos have impacted the current situation in Kenya, by the way. But in fact, let me just speak on it real quick. There's a lot of people who are emulating us right now. Maandamano came from us Luos. So be proud. Kenyan Rebel, be proud. We gave something to this republic. That culture, we gave it to them. Nobody else. And we're not taking it away. I'm happy the rest of our brothers and sisters have adopted our ways.
Okay.
Go Coco.
Oh.
Piga kelele. No.
Atticus ako na mioto leo. The funny thing with Atticus, I started seeing siku za mtembei huko. He was always in the comment section. But I noted the name. The name imekuwa the same. It's always been the same name, and I've seen him in different platforms. So I'm glad to finally see him. Amejitokeza na sura and is bold, speaking boldly against what's happening.
Do you know can you guess how old I am? Very quickly before we...
I think you told me before. You told me you are about, I think, in your 30s somewhere. I don't know if I can remember.
40.
Yeah. That's okay. That's okay. You're still a young man. Since tumeficha miaka kwa magoti. So
like you know the truth is this. We're not young. We're not young men.
Oh no, we are not. We are no longer Gen Zs.
How is it Kenya is you know what I'm asking. Get in abroad like me. You are abroad like me. And for the viewers, I'm not trying to exclude you. I'm just trying to speak to Kenyan Rebel because it's a Luo thing. He's my brother. We can fight, we can argue, but still, I will never watch somebody try and kill him and I just do nothing. Okunyalre. No, it cannot happen. Oknyalre. Maybe somebody. No, not even maybe. I live in the UK. If I see somebody attacking a black person, I will intervene. So if I see somebody attacking a Luo, do you think I won't intervene? Melchizedek, Idinadi. Major game. And then
ladies and gentlemen, it seems like today we are having a Ohangala night or something like that. But you're more than welcome, anyone.
And my brother, guess what? We're all Luos here. But guess what?
Yeah.
We support Gen Z. I know this for a fact. I support Gen Z. You support Gen Z.
Yes. I do.
Heru, don't worry about me. And Kari. Melchizedek supports Gen Z. It's like we cannot live like this. We live abroad. Sorry. Yeah.
No, I just want to say, you know what's funny? Before this Gen Z movement, I mean, if you look at my, if you go back to my old videos where nobody watches, there's like 3 views.
I know.
I was calling for the same thing, not exactly the same specific things as if you do as Gen Z, but basically a total overhaul of the whole system. And you know, I was driving hard Miguna's stuff, you know, like nobody cared. I mean, few of my videos really pop up here and there. So when this Gen Z thing happened, it was naturally, I'm happy. I'm like, okay, finally there's a bunch of young people. It's not only young people, basically it's the whole majority of Kenyans, you know. Right.
How do you think I found you where you are? Because you and I met at Mutembe.
Yes.
How do you think I found you where you are? Donga Louis. When I followed you, the last message I sent you, and this is to the worldwide public, this is why I really respect you, my brother. I was angry at you. This is before any of these recent events.
I remember you told me so. Actually, you know what? I remember there's a message you left me. It was in
on YouTube, and I asked for your forgiveness.
No, it's fine. I didn't take it personal.
How? Like, I'm sorry. Please.
No. It's okay. I didn't take it personal because I understood. You told me your position, and you're like, "Hey, this is how I look at it." And I didn't think much of it. It's YouTube. What wanasema vile wanasema. So you know, I didn't take it personal.
No. I understand you saying that. That's you being mature, but you as a human being, you as a man, I have to apologize to you. Ineno.
Okay.
In Kakawada. Aquayomos. I ask for forgiveness because I should never have approached you like that.
No, it's
Even
okay.
If you disagree.
Actually, you are not rude, but angononi. Don't worry about it.
Erokamano.
Apo yo kabisa. Nani's here, Melchizedek.
Apo yo kabisa.
Sema na mimi. Melchizedek najua uko. You don't have to tell us where you are if you don't feel comfortable.
In Middle East.
Yeah.
Ngato kabisa.
Melchizedek alisema ana baba anymore. House of Heru karibu sana.
Baba. I never. No. No. We're watching. No. Can I say this in Luo and English?
Say in English for the people who are going to watch and repeat.
My
for the
mother
benefits
never
and House of Heru.
Okay, thank you. My mother never spread her legs for anyone named Odinga. Mama na. Look how y'all. In fact, let me stop.
Okay, I didn't sikujua hii episode itaenda hivi. Melchizedek karibu.
Not my mom. Ati baba nga. Angi baba chiel. Who is this man? Hey.
Let me ask you. Melchizedek Kuko. I'll come to you, Atticus. Melchizedek. Melchizedek. Unmute.
can you jo Arabu go? Sometimes really obinya luoyo, lakini wange ogematimere. En wodwa wange. In fact, adoro go le kanyo wakele England.
Atticus.
The
English,
British.
please. English.
No.
English, please.
Come to England.
English. You're in England, please. Please. English.
Okay. Come to England, mate. Come to England, mate. Leave your hands alone. Come to England, mate.
For the benefit of House of Heru and everyone else, Pritpal Kaur. Melchizedek, are you still there?
Can they please join so we can educate them in the God's language, God's tongue?
We have to be fair to everyone.
No,
we don't want to get them lost.
No, of course, but the law is God's tongue because it's the breath of life. The law is breath of life, literally. Translation, breath of life, the law.
Okay.
So we want to initiate them. We don't want to chase them. No, we're not Wazungus. No, Wazungu, what you need, if you have one drop of black blood, you're out. No, you can learn to be one of us. Let them come. Ask them, please. Melchizedek in Kure.
But
onge. En kanyo uwinjo lakini onge.
Okay, but so Atticus, let me ask you this.
Yes, sir.
At what point did you decide Raila Odinga is no longer someone you can look up to politically?
I was 14 years old. I'm 37. Turning 38 in November this year. And I was 14.
Okay.
I've never supported Raila Odinga.
Yeah, but so our difference at that point before, when we were having our thing and then what was it about? I don't remember, because to me, I think
yes,
the majority, the main issue that a lot of people was at odds with the most people there. I told people that based on the evidence I've seen, Ruto won fairly. I never voted for him. Never will, never have, never will be. I never will have. But to me, I felt based on the evidence, Raila lost because he was with Uhuru, and Uhuru was very unpopular.
Yes.
Especially after 2018 when the same thing, Ruto, they were tuliapisha Baba aliapishwa. So for him to join Uhuru, then come back in 2022 and he's like, oh, I'm still with Uhuru. So people sympathize with Ruto. He fooled a couple of people, Ruto, that is.
Yeah.
But nevertheless, I think he had enough support to beat Raila Odinga. And my thing was, I was saying Raila won based on the evidence that we have. I don't see any evidence that suggests otherwise. But of course, the Azimio folks felt like Ruto alifanya kitu, did something on that, so that was the difference. But, and I was being mistaken. I was being labeled as UDA because I said, I think Ruto won. Azimio hasn't been. So at what point? Yeah, but walk me through that.
No, I agree with you. I think the departure came when it came to policy, not who won per se, when it comes to me, because I truly could not see a policy whatsoever with Uhuru and Ruto. So my point of contention with you was like, and I think this is where you and I spoke across each other, because like you articulated what your position is right now. Okay, my position is totally separate. My whole position was like there was no policy to begin with.
Okay.
Do you understand?
Right.
The only reason. Sorry. Can you see me?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I pressed a button and my screen went on freeze mode. I don't know what the hell this is. My only contention was that Uhuru and Ruto got together to get out of the ICC. Right. That's the only reason they wound up together. So anything they said thereafter was null and void. it was just make believe.
Mhm.
Kwa sababu mpango yao haikukuwa kukuja pamoja kufanya kazi. Mpango yao ilikuwa tukuja pamoja tuhepe hii kesi, boss.
I agree totally. I
So
agree.
I think that's where you and I kind of like talked across purposes, because a lot of what you've been saying, Owada, I've been agreeing with. How could it be that I disagreed with you fundamentally to that point on that situation at that point in time, but here I find myself agreeing with you now? This is why I think it was a misunderstanding.
Right. And
Yes.
Sorry, go ahead.
Even though you may have had the position you held and I held the position I held,
Right.
I was never pro Raila guy. I've never been.
I'll admit that I supported him 2007.
Fair enough. That's not even a contention.
Right. And even 2017.
Whatever. I don't listen. Go back to 1992. That doesn't matter. That's not the point of contention, my brother.
Right. I get you. I'm just, explaining how I came about Raila thing.
Yes. And I understand that the sad thing is Kenyan politics demands that you articulate that, because you and I understand that you live in the United States right now.
Yes.
And you are a Kenyan like I am, and you've lived in Kenya. So you're in both places.
Yes.
I live in the United Kingdom. So it's two different countries, but informed with the same system, because the Americans come from the UK,
right,
Spain, and Germany, but the UK
is mostly, well, we can even argue that it's a colony of British.
A colony. Exactly. Even though the Spanish were there, the Germans, but the British won.
Yeah.
So you and I understand this from a similar point of view. And even Kenyans, but from, I apologize to all Kenyans, but it's from a subservient point of view, separate from you and I looking at it, because we're in the belly of the beast.
Right.
They're in the trenches. Mimi na wewe tuko in the belly of the beast. So we see it differently from our brothers, but we're in the same fight.
Right.
It's like when they say Mzungu, they're more deferential. They're more, but you and I live next to them.
Yeah.
So if a Mzungu comes in, you're not going to give way to him because he's a Mzungu. Labda kwe mzee, labda kwe mama na mtoto. But just because he's a Mzungu. But the Africans, you've seen it yourself, my brother.
Right.
You've seen it with your own eye. These Africans bow down to these Wazungus. When I visited in 2016, you should see them. You should see them. Owada, you should see them.
And that's why it's important to, I think, if we, let's say as Kenyans,
yes.
Yeah, if we are successful with this Gen Z movement and have this complete overhaul of the system, revolutionize the system.
Don't say that. That's God's. Don't say that. There's tears in my eyes. If we succeed, Kenyan,
right?
We come home and we're rich. This Wazungus have been in England for the last 20 years, answering to white people. I know you work. If these young people succeed, I will cry tears of joy. I'll give my world to them. I'll start from scratch.
Right. That's what I'm saying. I think once we are independent, our perception change, because now we are not. I mean, it's just independence, true independence. If you're independent, you can now negotiate with somebody else, the Wazungus or the Westerners, as equals.
Chinese, whatever.
Right, whatever it is, whether it's Chinese or whatever, unaweza kuzungumza in an equal ground. But as long as we are still, depending on them. Actually, this is what I was going to say too. Like, if you just here's the question I wanted to pose today. Like, I just saw two pictures that caught my attention. The first one was, why is Meg Whitman meeting with Hassan Joho? Why is the IMF ambassador, whatever the case is, meeting with Mbadi? You never see that. Like, listen, just like UK, if who's your prime minister right now? I know you just had the election.
Keir Starmer, Labour Party.
Okay.
Starmer. Yeah.
If
Keir.
you don't see the ambassador of Kenya meeting the minister of finance of the UK, paying him a visit, saying, hey, by the way, how are things going? You don't see IMF meeting, I don't know, whoever. That's what I'm saying. Like, why is Hassan Joho is the minister of, I don't know, blue economy, whatever the case, mining, all that nonsense.
You know why?
Right. But that's that's the question that I wanted to pose today. Like, why was a mere ambassador goes to meet a minister just
I'm glad you asked, my brother, because this is one thing that's been going on, and I wanted to have this talk with my fellow Kenyans who I deem intelligent, and you are one of them. There are very few Kenyans I deem intelligent.
I got a D plus like Hassan.
No. What? KCSE or KCP? Which one?
Both. I'm
both.
Just joking. It's a joke. But go ahead.
No, Maranachulo.
No.
Now walk Form 3.
Go ahead with your point.
Now walk England Form 3. Everything I've got right now, I qualified in England.
Okay.
Not Kenya. I've qualified in England, but not Kenya. And when I got to England, by the way,
they
did not care about my KCSE.
Right. But not to digress, intelligence is something different.
Let's talk.
We are talking. Intelligence is something, it's not based on, you can perform.
Can I send you something so I smoke? Or...
Send me what?
Can I send you money so YouTube doesn't penalize you?
I'm not going to ask you for money. If you feel like sending, that's what
I want to. No, all I'm asking is because
you're going to cuss.
No, I want to smoke a cigarette and speak freely. This is who I am.
Oh, you can. That's fine. That's fine. I don't care about that. If you want to smoke.
Come on, I'm almost 40 years old. I'm a grown-ass man. I'm not asking permission from nobody else, I've been
Go ahead.
For too
Go
long.
ahead. It's a free. That's fine. You don't have to if you don't. It's not a requirement.
Bro, Ronnie.
Listen, let me make this clear to everyone who's watching. In this channel, if you feel like giving $2, $3,
man is such a
whatever, do it. But I do not ask for it because I don't want you to think that every time you come here, you have to contribute. But I appreciate for anything. So
can I say this? Kenyan Rebel is such a low. He's so nice to everybody. But deep down, he knows you dudes should be paying me, right?
But you know what? Let me tackle it. If I was a panelist, like Alex once told me, when I'm a panelist, I'm an a-hole, okay? If I'm regulating, let's say I'm providing the platform where people discuss, I can't be hard on everyone, even though sometimes I'm like, like I have a friend, a very good friend of mine who usually comes here, and he really likes Uhuru Kenyatta. Like, he's a Uhuru. And he was saying some things about Uhuru, and I was like, you're really pushing me. But that's like me. You know what? I'm hosting, so because you want to give everyone a chance to speak how they feel, so you can't be like,
Stop it, bro. Isn't it Bernard you're referring to? Bernard, isn't it?
Yeah, Bernard. Not the Bernard in South County. The
no, not him. The Bernard.
Yeah, Bernard.
He never shows his face.
Oh, he does. He did. He does sometimes. He does.
Oh, okay.
I like Bernard because he speaks his mind. I respect that. That I do respect. Okay.
No problem there. He's here. I will never fight him, but as opposed to the points presented, That's it.
Right.
But I know who you're speaking about. It's Bernard. It's
Yeah.
like,
Oh my God. The other day I was like, and I choma mbavu yangu was like, Uhuru Kenyatta.
he's not honest, bro. It's like, let's be
But
honest.
you know what? I can't say that because there are people who honestly believe that. That's one thing I came to realize. There are people who honestly believe,
even with Raila.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Hata ukianza kuambia saizi Raila is actually playing you, they will not believe it.
We will not believe it. It's like you insulted their mother.
Right. And that's why the other day you had me, I thought about this because niliona episode engine huko ya Soundcarded and I was like, kwani kuna kitu iliwekwa kwa maji, watu wanakunywa maji different because everyone is like
they just muted me tonight. They muted me tonight. Bernard muted me tonight, kicked me off the panel. He kicked me off the panel tonight.
Are you surprised?
No, I'm not. But I go there on purpose.
Hey.
It's like, hey guys.
Kenya.
Yes,
Habari zenu.
Umerudi.
Yes.
Nimeshika hapa mbaya sana. Kuna kitu inachoma mimi hapa.
Nilikwambia ni job. Hako hapo, but ni job.
Oh, nilikuwa nafikiri KK anasema you are out of order. What was happening? KK pia niliona ulifinywa jana na Bernard.
Bernard kicked me off today. Alinimute akaniambia order.
I saw you. Nilikuona vizuri.
Yes. Thank you Melchizedek. Mwambie ukweli. I don't lie for anybody.
Kiki pia alikuwa jana. Sorry Melchizedek na kuingiza kidogo. Kiki uliingia hata wewe?
Nilikimbia. Hao watu ni wajinga bana.
Mi jana niliona nani Kiki alikuwa hapo hivyo because watu it's like watu wanangojanga nani aingie Stone PK because at least Stone PK is like everything goes.
Yes. Stone PK allows people to talk.
Hata kama he disagrees, but he allows people to.
talk.
At some point, nani alirudi, Bernard alirudi akasema sijui nini. But anyway, that's how they run their thing. But I wasn't. Mimi niko naangalia Kiki, I was like, oh my god. Niko nasikia jana, I was like, I'm just saying to myself that Kiki bado ajui Bernard. Unamkontrol ati nini? Unamshinda point. No. Lakini
Uni Kiki wetu.
Yeah, I think it's the same Kiki. Yeah.
Ule Mkikuyu wetu.
Wewe, kwani lazima useme ni Mkikuyu?
No, I love Kikuyus, by the way.
I don't know if he's a Kikuyu. Maybe he is.
Oh, let me say this. My first love, a girl, Wasingishu. I'm a Luo.
Wasingishu district.
Wasingishu, yes.
Ulishi Wasingishu, where?
Eldoret.
Wacha? I lived in Eldoret too.
Hill School. Elgon View.
Mili enda Chepkoilel bwana.
Chepkoilel
karibu na Chepkoilel campus Moi University. Kulikuwa primary school hapo.
Boarding school ilienda ama?
No, it was primary.
No, I know, but boarding or day?
Day. Kulikuwa baridi huko wewe hata nilihama.
Oh my god, I used to live in Eldoret, so I went to Hill School primary day school, but waliniweka boarding school in class 8. So I did both.
Oh, okay.
In LD. So nyinyi watu, like I had friends Ruruta Satellite uko university campus uko not School of Law but uko kwenu uko.
Yeah.
Come visit me.
I love Moi University though. Niko naona manzi wa uni.
Bro.
Anyway, let's not get to the out of the topic.
No, I have to say this right now. There was this light-skinned girl. This is 1990 something. Na kuna huu light skin. Nashanga ulifikaje hapa amongst us?
Yeah.
Nyinyi mlikuwa na madem. But it's like you guys used to come to Eldoret town and you had friends in Eldoret town and saa zingine wengine when you used to sleep over at our houses. If my mom and your mom walikuwa mabeste or something, na tunaishi apart, I could come and sleep over, ama you come and sleep over. So hii maneno hii Wasingishu, or Rift Valley. You and I are together.
Yeah, was it good? I like Eldoret. Nice food. Actually, in Kirudi,
Nice.
Kenya, I must go to Eldoret. I really love Eldoret. Eldoret,
You're
LD
welcome.
maze, kuna menio. Zile
Yeah.
bando. How do you call it? Maize, corn.
No. Odoma. Yeah, one go to Mama again.
Yeah.
Come to, and if you come to Eldoret,
Yeah.
just hit me up. And if I'm in town at the same time, you don't pay any accommodation. You come
Okay,
and sleep at
sawa,
mine.
sawa. Melchizedek, are you still there? Niliona ulionyesha sura kidogo lakini sijui Ruto amekushika ama nini. And Kiki was, I was just explaining about Kiki where hiyo ninio. Kiki jana, I think Kiki was giving his contribution, alafu you know how Bernard is.
No, but Kiki was cussing me out earlier. I was like, is this our same Kiki?
Ama uni Kiki mwingine. No, this is the same Kiki.
Uni KK. Ule mwingine
Uni
ni Kiki.
Oh, huyu Kiki alikuwa kwa nini? Was in the panelist? Ama
No, ule mwingine alikuwa KI. That's Kiki. This
oh,
one,
okay. I thought he was the same. I thought they were the same people. Oh, and sijui anasema ni same. Anasema ni same.
oh my God. So why were you dissing me, my bro?
Kwani were you out of order?
No. order. No, he was just cussing me out in this chat right here, yeah? And I'm not the type to get offended. I'm very thick-skinned.
Kwani nini? Ngoja, Bernard ulifanya nini kwa Bernard wakakumute wakakutoka?
I told them Raila is a traitor.
Wewe, how dare you?
I told them Raila is a traitor. And I told them I'm Luo.
Two
Because
things-
candidate.
Two things you cannot do. Order. House of Heru. Order. Two things you cannot do in that channel. Useme ODMs juu ni nini ama Raila Odinga. That's no. Hiyo huwezi. You can never.
I love saying it.
What?
ODM is dead. ODM is dead. Otho.
Wameingia serikali.
Otho kaka guok.
That's the same thing. Kiki, I think yesterday aliingia akaanza kusema no.
Of course, Kiki came in with fire.
Jana he was talking about the Gen Zs because unajua the Lalas and Bernard huwa wanajaribu kuweka sijui ati the Gen Z should be listening to the old people
or leaders
or leaders sijui nini. Then Maunga
no, I know the narrative.
Maunga kaanza kuninio kaanza kuwachapa, then Kiki pia kaingilia akasema Bernard, mimi nikaanza kusikia tena. I was like, oh, wait for it na order.
But you can't allow these people to hold court,
right,
as they have been, because I promise you they're spreading the propaganda of the system, including Citizen TV, Nation, what's the other one? KTN. They are part of the system. They invite the same politicians, give them airtime. They are part of the system.
But you know, the funny thing is no one is buying it. People know the truth though. Especially the people who matter, the young people who know the nose. Because you know, everyone has a phone. Unaweza kuangalia, you see what's the truth. I mean, what's happening in Neo. So maybe the older generation ambao can fall for the propaganda, but the majority of Kenyans now with technology,
it's a big no.
Yeah,
and they're in for a shock because the last election, my brother.
Yeah.
A lot of people never voted or took IDs. You have to take these two demographics together. 8 million never voted. There is more that never took IDs.
Right.
All these people want these people gone. So all these old people, when I say old people, I mean 50 plus. Very specific, 50 plus. They think the demographics are the same as they were in the last election.
Right.
These people are in for a rude awakening.
Kiki, can you join and tell us what's happened? He said he got kicked off Spice FM. Why? If it is, Spice FM is like a really nice,
they're part of the system.
No. I mean, like they are more.
I know what you're gonna say. No.
What? I'm talking about to their guests.
Nope. It's all
really?
an act.
Ngoja. Muga, are you talking about Mugando and
All of them.
Mugandu and Eric? Because I think Eric, he's kind of fair-minded to me.
They don't have a choice. How it works is this way, my brother. Yeah. In Kenya, when did you leave Kenya?
A long time ago.
No,
90.
like me, I left a long time ago. I'm almost 40. I left when I was 16.
Oh shoot. There's Kiki, by the way.
Kiki, no. Oh, Kiki. Oh, okay. Camera. When did you leave?
99.
Yeah, it's me, bro.
Hello, Kiki. I'm just a quick one. I'm just gonna reply to Kenyan Rebel, my bro. Yeah.
Order.
Order,
So,
Kiki. Order, Kiki.
guys,
Mimi
making
musiniambie
all
order
this
hapa. Mimi nitawacha.
don't say something you can't substantiate, whatever the fuck that means.
I love it. It's the same Kiki.
I wanted to say something, but I
want a
was
lot
a
of
bit
spice.
busy.
No.
Okay,
Kiki,
all right. Let's hold on. Let's get Nani. Melchizedek want to say something, then Kiki, then Nani. Melchizedek, I know you are somewhere tight, so watch it once in ahead, then we shall go to Kiki, then Atticus. Okay, Melchizedek, and you wanted to say something.
Thank you, James.
Okay, thank you. First of all, I want to say hi to everyone because I was a little bit busy, very busy today.
Okay.
I can see my Kabayan here also. Omera nango, wacha ni koroge lugha kidogo nango bwana.
Adi mabere kabisa. In what game?
Anwood Oma Bay.
In what Omabe yawa? In just sober kwa ninja ni Omabere.
Sinimweke nini namba hapo jamani, mnawacha Kiki in the ninio.
Ngani mabere kabisa.
It's fine. We will talk more.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Exchange contacts ndio alafu
Kiki, you are with us. Wewe ni JM Karuki wetu. Wewe baki hapo. Usiende pahali. You stay there.
I want to hear Kiki. Nitasikia Kiki alifanywa nini na Bernard huko. But anyway, nani endelea, sorry.
Hiyo platform yenye tunasema na Bernard, okay, sio vibaya kusema, but tuseme ukweli. Ukweli unajua inauma, but you have to say it. Unajua those people, they still believe that this government or the so-called ODM will help or will bring any liberation, lakini hakuna, unaona. Because ukienda huko, if you are not talking about the so-called in quotes baba, then you are the enemy of the people. And you know, when ukienda platform kama yako, kila mtu anakuanga na ile view zake ambayo anaona, hata kama ni mbaya ni mbaya, kama ni mzuri ni mzuri. We have the freedom of speech. And you have to give people to say anything that they want. But you don't have to say that ati hapo ni mbaya. Ukisema unagongwa. Unaona? Unaambiwa order. Hiyo order opeleke mbali. Unaona?
Okay.
Kiki.
Sorry.
These are the pastors that are preaching wine and they're drinking water. If I'm not wrong.
Amen, my brother. Amen.
Yeah, but you cannot be a pastor whereby you are doing the opposite things. No? You should give the room to everyone to talk. You should give everyone rooms to bring their own views according to what they know about Kenya ni mbaya. Not lazima tuseme Kenya ni mbaya. Hata kama una support hao watu wenu. Going back to my submission, we are supporting Gen Z. And I'm one of the Gen Zs. No. But I told you last time, Kenya rebellion, kwamba things that are happening in Kenya, if we are not careful, in 2027, we are doomed. Because of things that is happening.
Rigging.
Tusirege, tukijaribu tu kuregea vile tulianza, tutakuwa the laughter. Unaona? Walianza, hawakumaliza. Now that's the fact. celebrating that these people they stop their movement because of the whatever that they are saying that we have government of what? I don't know. I don't even want to understand the government that
The broad-based
Broad
handshake,
base.
broad-based.
let them have that broad base or whatever. But our stand is still stand that we don't want them. You know, if someone can come and tells you that I has 25 billions in my account and he still vote for CS, what the fuck is that?
How did he get 2 point something billion?
How did
Joho.
he get that 2.5 or 10 point something billion? Then
How?
anarudi sema mimi nataka kuwafanyia Wakenya. Those are thieves,
Yeah.
totally thieves, because ni kitu yenye inaonekana. Huwezi sema then wao ndio wana yani vile walikuwa wana conduct ile interview, yani nilikuwa nacheka tu kwa sababu unaulizwa how much do you worth in your account, which kind of even if it is an interview, which kind of it
Right.
What kind of
interview,
interview is
interview
this?
unapewa yule mtu mwenye ashakuwa na pesa ama yule mwenye hana pesa, you know.
Yeah.
Then these are the looters that we have, the thieves and everything that we have in Kenya. Wao ni wabwenyenye wakubwa sana, wakuja wanishike baba, I'm ready to go to jail but I tell them the truth. Unaona,
Yeah.
wakina wakina nani, wakina Joho, wale ni wale ambao walishaamua ya kwamba we want to eat Kenya and Kenya goes down, and they are doing it and they are coming back for it. So let us be very 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 careful when we are doing all these things.
Okay.
Gen Zs wakiamua kufanya kitu, niliwaambia wa cool down. Unajua kujenga nini sio siku moja. Hata ile meli ambayo nani alikuwa anajenga au kujenga na siku moja. We are coming whether they like it or not. We have to give Kenya, we want to keep Kenya where Kenya is. If they don't, then we will resign where we are, we go. I will be in front line. Nikuwe kama yule jamaa alikimbia kushinda nani? Kushinda
Okay.
But can I
no,
say
no.
this very quickly? You don't have to resign
So
anything, my brother.
on my side, I'm saying that let us not stop what we started. Let us keep this and make sure we do what is necessary for us to save our country.
Amen.
All right. Thank you.
Hanyo kabisa.
Aya, Atticus, you want to say something before I bring in Kiki? And I see Bernard pia ameingia. So
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Bernard, Kiki, welcome to the show, guys. Especially Kiki. Shout out to you, man. You are the motherfucking man, and you know what I mean when I say that. Sisi kama, in fact, millennial. In millennial, are you a millennial, my brother? Kenyan Rebel.
no. Oh yeah, millennial. Sorry, yeah, I am. I'm not Gen Z. I'm millennial. Yes.
No.
Hata mimi, I'm very
Yeah.
close to your age actually. I relate to you more than even Rebel.
86.
We're the same age.
Yeah,
Okay.
me to 86. 86. So we're all millennials here.
Right.
And we all support this fundamental change that needs to happen. So, Melchizedek, I'm with you. I'm with this tribe thing. Oh my God. I watched really quickly, gentlemen. I watched a program with Wandia Joya. She's a teacher. I'm not sure if she's a doctor yet. Wandia Njoya and Mordecai Ogada. 2 Kenyans, a Kikuyu and a Luo. And these people are so bright. They know the history. They know the causalities. What got us here. They articulate it so well. But given the current system, these two will never find themselves in government. They will never find themselves in government. This is why when people say, oh, ngojea kura, whatever, I say this. How can you vote in a system that cannot verify itself? Hakuna kura inahesabiwa Kenya. This is why I say everybody must go. Everybody must go. I don't care about tribe. I'm in England right now. There's no Luo helping me. There's no Kikuyu, no Kalenjin, no El Molo, no Swahili, whatever you want to come up with that's helping me get anywhere. I have to put in the work. So what game are we playing in Kenya? Can we stop the bullshit? Kindly. Before shit hits the fan. And I'm not saying this to the people on the panel, because the people on the panel, emotionally, spiritually, are with me. I can tell. To all the people in Kenya who may listen to this live or afterwards, what kind of bullshit is this? Because I cannot come home and laugh with you people. I cannot come home and tell me because I'm a Luo or Raila knows what he's doing. He gave them experts. Boss, I've lived 20-something years in England. No Mzungu can ever come with me with that narrative, and I believe him. But because I am an African, I must believe this narrative. Go fuck yourselves.
Oh, Jesus. Calm down. Kiki. Order.
I'm sorry.
This Atticus guy, man, he's out of order, man.
Order, Kiki. Order.
Yo, this is what happened. So
Okay.
I shared what happened. I got kicked out on Spice twice. And this is why I realized the whole media is being controlled.
Spice FM?
Yes.
With
yes.
Do and Omugas and
Yes.
Yes, they blocked me. They blocked me as well, Kiki.
on the you mean like on the Nino, on the comment section?
Yes.
Oh
did.
wow.
They blocked me.
I
and
was
Kiki.
live checking a guest. Yesterday I did it again. They blocked me. So I didn't even finish the whole show. The whole media, and I think now that I think I know where I am, I think we have to figure out how to start our own so we can inform our people and fact-based issues. It's no kuambia sijui mtu wetu, mtu nini. We have to start, and we started from where we are so we can be able to, whatever they're controlling the media back home, they have another alternative, and we will take over something like Spice. I did that twice. I said, for example, yesterday they had a guest from Nakada, one of the drug thing nonsense, right?
Nakada,
And-
drug something, yeah.
And the older guy kept asking this man, but what is the issue? And I say this on the comment section. You can't talk about drugs when you have smart people who are educated, who have degrees, but have no
Unemployed.
They have no opportunities. You can't even have a wife. You can't even marry. You can't even have all those things.
Kiki,
And
please
the,
stop.
and
You're
the issue,
making
instead of
me
focusing
emotional.
on the cause of the issue, you're talking about drugs, meth. Who can be able to make meth in Kenya? Who has an advanced lab to be able to make meth in Kenya? Tell us. We are all abroad, all of us, I think. Who can be able to have a good lab? They can't be able to test people's disease and all that shit, but they have advanced systems to be able to make meth. We all know meth is very complicated to make, right? So I kept doing it, and I guess they were watching it, they were reading it, and the whole conversation stopped. Like they had like 3,000 people watching at the same time. By the time they blocked me, the whole conversation had like 1,000 people dropped. And I guess they noticed where the problem is. So I think there's an avenue to be able to cut these lies off.
Yes, Kiki, to your point, actually, the reason why I started this Ninio, because we used to go to Mitumbe with Atticus, and Melchizedek used to be there too. So when Bernard was not this Bernard, this is a good Bernard, the other Bernard, the pastor, he never lets, because we used to argue about, okay, the election, who won, whatever the case is, but he would never let anyone with a different view finish their point. They block you, the same order, then akiona ka ninio, anakublock. So I was like, this, because Mutembe, just imagine all these guys, everyone, they used to have like almost like 200 people every, yani, hata ukiingia kwa ninio, uko na shida, you have to talk until somebody aingie. But anyway, the point is, I saw it as a wonderful platform where Kenyans can express how they feel.
Yes.
Unaona? So when they me video walinitoa huko wakani block and they took me out, I was like, you know what? I'll start somewhere and I want to do something different. That's why I gave an example before with Bernard, this Bernard here, the good Bernard. Even if I disagree with his position, I cannot muzzle him. Let him say how he sees it. That's how he sees it. And that's his right.
Thank you, bro.
Unaona?
Thank you for being yourself. Thank you.
Right. So you have to respect that, even if naumwa inanichoma ndani, but that's how he sees it. So ndio maana mimi nasema, I let watu wazungumze, as long as, watu wapigane. Yeah.
Kenya Ribo.
Yes.
It takes a lot of IQs to understand that somebody has a different opinion, even if you don't agree with it.
Right.
Because we all different. The moment you want me to be like you, or Atticus, or Bernard here, we are not the same. Your experience is not as mine. Mine is different. I live in a different place. And the way we are that way, that's the strength in us.
Yes.
That's our strength. That's our strength. Because something I've never considered, you say it, I think about it, I'm able to visualize it in somebody else's view.
Yeah. Yeah. That's true. I agree with you. That's why hapo watu wakiwachilia. Speaking of Bernard, okay, Bernard, na kuona kumeingia, tafadhali usinichome leo. That's why Bernard usually ananichekesha na ananiambia, you fight everyone.
Bernard.
Oh my God. Karibu Bernard, if you're listening.
Asante sana.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, I'm just enjoying the conversation about what you guys are having. It's good. It's very refreshing.
So, what do you think about Megan Whitman paying a visit to Hassan Joho, and the IMF ambassador, I think, met Mbadi already?
Wheezy.
Well, I keep telling you, and over again, Ruto was rigged in by Joe Biden, and they don't want to let him fail. They don't want him to fall down. And the NADCO thing, Raila shook Ruto's hand under heavy influence from the United States. So this is part of the charade of the Biden administration. So you're going to see if Kamala Harris loses in November to Trump, I can tell you for a fact, I don't think Ruto is going to finish his first term.
Now, what was this? Because majority of us we thought maybe US abandoned Ruto, because remember before the Mandamano 99, one of the lady came in from US. I don't know what her position was, but her boss is Blinken, whatever her name is, and she was like, "Yeah, what was that?"
She's not important.
No, but her whole thing was like Ruto should respect the right of people to protest, hizo police brutality, na hizo nini. So everyone was like, maybe US finally are like, they've abandoned Ruto. Ruto is in his own. They're not supporting him.
It doesn't work like that. She's, remember, United States is a nation, and they not everyone thinks the same. So they have to have some PR. So she was there for PR purposes. Remember, they have a deal in Haiti that they're doing. So they together. So they just can't let him go like that.
Right. And go ahead, Atticus.
So sorry, guys. They say that so that it's called hedging your bets.
Take the next right onto Virginia 286 North, Fairfax County Parkway.
let me mute you. All right, go ahead.
But all I'm saying is they do that to hedge their bets. So in case Ruto stays or goes, they're on the record making that statement. So they remain perpetually your friends. Because they can say, but we did say about the human rights. But they really didn't give a fuck about anything before that. In fact, they were supporting Ruto. The elections are fair, blah, blah, blah. Remember?
Yes.
But now, Vitu, Vimeumana. So they're trying to hedge their bets. So all these foreign powers, it's not just the United States. US, China, the same thing. They want to exploit us. So don't say US and leave out China. Don't say China and leave out US. One thing I don't like is people just saying, oh, the West, the West, the West, the West, the West. Guess what? The East is there as well.
Just
both of them.
Yeah, but here's the difference though with the East. I'm not talking about China when I talk about East.
I know what you're going to say. I know what you're
Go
going
ahead.
to say. Go
Tell me what I was going to say.
They never colonized us.
No. Actually,
Okay,
that's not that's not where I was going. I wanted to say this. I like the Russian model. This is what they're going to do. Now, listen to me.
Okay.
Look at what they're doing in Sahel. They're like this. Okay, listen. You guys want the French out? Here's what we are going to do. We are going to help you get your independence. Because remember, Africa has all the resources, all the stuff, that minerals and all that. But in order to use those minerals and to your advantage, you have to protect it. Number one.
Yeah.
So Russia is like, okay, listen, I will help you guys kick out the French, the British or the Americans, whatever the case is. But just do this: 10% of what you're getting from your your gold over there, just give it to us because we're sacrificing our army. Okay. So you see the Sahel nations. Burkina Faso is one of the fastest growing. The last time I checked, fastest growing economy since they took control of their uranium and gold and cotton and all that stuff. So their model is different. It's not like we are going to sit there and tell you this is your policy, borrow from us at chukua loan zetu ambao you're going to pay and your kids are going to pay for. They're just telling you, hey, listen, we'll help you with the know-how, technical know-how, and maybe throw in some mercenaries there to help you kick out these guys.
They do not need Russia, by the way. But carry on. They don't need Russia, but I understand that's the route.
No. You actually need them because how are you going to fight? How are you going to fight if Kenya decides they want to kick out the British or the Americans who are there? They have their Ninio.
I can tell you.
How are they going to kick them out?
Can I tell you?
Go ahead.
First thing is first. You make an official request.
Who is going to make that? Number one, it's Ruto who's in president.
I understand. That Ruto is in president. And as Ruto, you're not going to get any of this. But in an ideal situation, the government would say, we're not renewing your lease for Nanyuki.
Okay.
So Batuk, you're out. In an ideal situation.
Who did that? Who did that about Nanyuki?
Bernard.
No, he did not.
No, he did not.
Because let me remind you something. There was an issue about British troops. A British soldier killed a Kenyan.
I remember.
And yes, and Uhuru said the rules are we cannot try them if they kill anyone in Kenya. Uhuru said we're not going to renew this unless you agree that any soldier who commits a crime in Kenya gets tried in Kenya.
In 1,000 feet.
No. I hear you. But are the British still in Kenya or not?
Yes, they are. But if they commit a crime, they'll be tried in Kenya now.
Have any of them been tried in Kenya, including for the lady that was murdered?
North ramp.
Post the agreement, they haven't committed crimes.
Thank you very much.
No. There's actually House of Heru, just the one I'm highlighting. Actually, there was a case not a few years ago. I think,
remember.
Yeah, of some ladies who are being
a septic tank.
Right.
I remember.
So it's been going on, but the point is,
a Kikuyu lady. I remember.
Tribe notwithstanding, I'm just making the point.
What happened about septic tank?
A Kikuyu lady was murdered by a British soldier in Nanyuki, and her body was dumped in a septic tank. I'm not a Kikuyu, but I still remember that. The British cannot be forgiven for that.
Continue on I-95 north for 2 miles.
The point I was trying to make about Uhuru before we go back, because Atticus I wanted to.
They cannot be forgiven.
Hold on. Calm down, calma.
I'm sorry.
What I'm saying is this: we cannot count on Uhuru could not stop the colonialists. The British, the British and the Uhuru, the Kenyatta family have deep
connections.
Deep.
In the UK, the Uhuru family own properties here in the UK.
Okay. With that said,
Bernard,
hold on. Atticus, calm down. I'm just saying that Ruto is basically a puppet of the West. It's not hard to tell that. So anyway, you wanted to explain to me how you're going to remove them without if you cannot defend yourself militarily. Because remember, the reason why North Korea is still surviving the way they are surviving is because military and China also backed them. Say, if you attack North Korea, we are on you.
We're going to attack you. Yeah.
Yes. So that's why I'm saying with the Sahel nations, the reason why they brought in the Russians is because they have the big guns and they have the technical know-how and highly trained soldiers who are actually defeating those terrorists and the French and the British. And that's why. Without that, you cannot tell them anything. You can do what Bernard just told us here, write them, tell them, you cannot do this, but they'll still stay there. They have, what are you going to do them? They'll just get you out and assassinate you.
No. You can make their lives a living hell like other countries have. But in an ideal situation, the Sahel should have asked other Africans for help.
Who are you going to ask from Africa?
No, in an ideal.
Right, but I'm being pragmatic here. Even if, who are you going to bring? South Africa has already been controlled by the British and the Dutch. Nigeria,
I agree with you.
But that's now you see why the Russians are you have to play with the Russians. Cuba got their power because of the Russians. Okay,
Cuba has no power. That's propaganda.
No. I'm saying. The reason why they survived with under Nani under Castro is because of the Russians. Okay, that's exactly what I'm saying. So I'm saying, I know JPJ doesn't agree with me, but you need the Russians. They offer a better deal compared to the West.
I hear you, and I listen. I live in the West. I've heard this argument time and time over. You don't need any outside African force. Even your own internal population can handle it. This is the problem. They don't put any faith in any African population, including you and me. I don't call them leaders. These politicians look at you and me as a problem. So these governments, when they make these agreements, they're not considering their own population as a security shield around them.
Okay.
They'd rather look at a Frenchman to protect him or her instead of their own population. In fact, watch this. I come in as somehow Kenyan president, and I tell you, Kenyan citizens, watch this. I want to decouple from the West and the East. And I want you, the Kenyan, to be the holders of capital in this country. I want you to be the owners of businesses. I want you to be the owners of the money.
Okay.
How is it I can't use you, even in a selfish position as a politician? Why can't I use you as a citizen, as my shield, my security?
Okay, this is how it works. I'll explain to you. This is how it works, and it has always worked. We can start with in the extreme cases, we can start with Congo. Lumumba, you saw what they did to it. We can go to Mossadegh under Iran. What did they do with Mossadegh? They fund coup d'etats to remove you, popular revolution to remove you. What I'm trying to say is this. You are not going to defend yourself against the West if you do not have weapons or soldiers highly trained and the weapons to protect you. Now, here it is. Here's the solution in Sahel nations. I know somebody says dictators. They're building their own weapons. They're developing it. Russia is giving them the technology. They want to build theirs. By the time they finish building these weapons and they're being trained by these Russians, they shall be independent where they can tell Russia, okay, thank you very much. It's been, our deal was 30, 20 years staying here, helping us set up the shop. Now you can go. We can deal with you on a different level.
Can I say
But here's the thing. That's what I'm saying. If you look at Mossadegh, the Iranian president who was like, hey, I'm nationalizing all the oil, the British and the Americans wali fund a coup d'etat to remove him. Iraq is an Nino. Nani, who is Iraq? What's not Iraq? Not even only Iraq. Iran. Yeah. Jay, come out and come in again because your device is not connected. The point I'm making is this: if you can't,
yes,
yeah, but the point I'm making is this: if you can't support yourself militarily, there's nothing you can tell these people. That's why they talk to you the way they talk to you, and that's why they have all this Ninio. So the citizens cannot help you because the very citizens will be paid to overthrow you.
No,
anyway, Jay is here. Very quickly, then we can bring in Kiki and Jay. Go ahead.
Very quickly.
Libya, yes. Libya is a good example. Yeah.
No, I understand and I agree with you. You cannot defend anything if you do not have a sound and solid security apparatus and a citizenry that understands that, hey, this is the game plan. Let's fall in line. I agree with you fully. All I'm saying is this. The West is not invincible.
They're not. You're right.
They're not. I live here. They're not invincible. Our Zungu, they don't own anything. And you know this. Mimi na wewe have more property than them. They don't even own the land they live on. These houses they are buying, Kenyan rebel. They don't own the land. They buy the property, the house, but they don't own the land. You and I own land where we come from, whether hereditary or purchased. We have that capability by law. All I'm saying is this. This idea of needing outsiders is misguided in that these outsiders need us more than we need them. The economies cannot work. I live here in England. They have a gold market. England does not produce any gold. Literally, by law, I buy gold tax-free because that's their law. I know England does not produce any gold. I have gold here in my house. I bought coins. British, they're called Britannias. British gold coins, but they do not produce any gold. They need us more than we need them. This idea that without them, everything will collapse, what will come next, this and that, is a lie. How is it that China is surviving without them having direct influence?
Yeah, but you know what helped China? China went and got their idea from Japan. They went and watched how they...
And we can't.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is this. It's not about depending on the West or East, but you have to start somewhere. That technology that they have, that they're using over us, that's what we are trying to gain. And good comment there by Sahel nations are coming together. Iran are being protected now. They're being helped with Russians to develop their nuclear neo. What I'm saying is this, just before I bring in Jay, you need someone to help you protect that neo, which is not West, because we know how West operate. Russia are willing. Russia doesn't even need Africa, to be honest with you. Russia is rich in its own.
Yes.
But I'm just saying this.
We don't need them. We can fight.
But they have.
We don't need them.
Can I just correct you?
Okay, correct me then. I'll bring in Jay.
We don't need them.
All right.
I think one of the common thing we can say here is one thing. A country like Kenya is very small.
Right.
Food, education, system that even if you kill me, even if you kill you, even if you kill Atticus, if you kill anybody here, the system is breach proof. I mean,
Yeah.
That's all we need. We don't need Russia. We don't need China. We don't need US. We don't need UK. If you take anything in our country, our
There's
people,
consequences.
it's our things. Even if you're there, China or US, and you think you're gonna mine our gold, where are you gonna do it? You have to get here, right? So the whole security, it's a myth. It's a thing. If you think about it,
It is. Yes.
there's a reason why Ukraine has already defeated Russia. Let's be honest.
No.
What? No.
Yes.
No. Order, Kiki.
Let me finish.
All right.
Is it true that Ukraine right now is in Russia? Yes or no? It's a fact.
10 kilometers into Russia. 10 kilometers. Russia is half a continent big.
So what I'm trying to tell you is the US and the West love to sell fear. That's
I
what
agree.
you sell planes. When there's no wars, where are you going to sell the planes to? The fighter jets. Nobody cares about that nonsense. If there's no war in Africa, the military complex is done. It's done. And that's where we are. The whole thing, we are fighting something bigger than even the US. It's a CIA thing. The more you realize you don't need a war, we don't need the most advanced jets. You just need to live in a society where everybody has a road, you have healthcare, you have education, you can travel abroad, and the resources that we have belong to us. Thank you.
Okay, Kiki, very quickly, let me say this, then I bring Jay, because I know Jay has been just, gear. I don't know if, go read the book by John Perkins, former CIA guy who worked for World Bank. It's called Confessions of a economic hitman. Here's what he says. This is how it works. They come to Ruto, and this is probably that's the playbook. That's why I started by asking, why is Ruto meeting with the IMF? But anyway, they come to Ruto, talk to him, and tell them, hey, listen, this is why you need this loan. We are going to give you this loan. It's not a loan that will help you, or whatever the case is. If Ruto agrees, sawa, wataendelea, and they'll tell Ruto, kill people the way you want. Your corruption, I don't care. Human rights violation, I don't care. As long as we control some aspect of your economy. We'll drill in Savo, we'll drill from different places, take your gold and all that stuff. Now you turn a blind eye. You get hizo taxes on Kukula if you want. Then if Ruto says no, then they try to coup d'etat, popular revolution, like they did in Iran, and he was involved in all that. Now, if they fail in that coup d'etat, people's uprising, popular revolution, like they're trying in Venezuela right now with Maduro, if it fails, this is what they do. They bring in the big boys, the wolves, the guns. They'll come up with something silly like say, oh, Ruto, human rights violation and Awawatu, whatever, will help to protect our interest because Ruto is involved in Somalia or whatever. They'll just come up with the bullshit. Then they bring troops through Somalia or Museveni to talk to Museveni, and they remove you. So what I'm saying is this, and this is why the Sahel nations are coming together. They're saying they understand those three countries are one of the most richest in that region. You need a way where you can protect yourself from this West. And that's why Russia comes in with their big guns and their mercenaries. That's why I'm saying, you even though the people might be with you, these guys can infiltrate or, use the big guns to take you out by force. But anyway, I'll give you time to read articles. Let me just bring in Jay Kidogo. Jay has been quiet for a while. Jay, nice seeing you. Nice seeing you. It's been a while.
Yeah, it's almost to 1 a.m. and I'm supposed to go to work in six hours from now. But I agree with Atticus. I am just sick and tired of this whole childish fantasy of breaking in Russia who will somehow help us fight the West and everything. And if you look at the history of colonization, the people who collaborated with the British, it was the exact same playbook. Oh, they'll give us weapons, we'll fight our so-called enemies, and before you know it, they've taken you. And obviously the Russians are doing the whole PR campaign, but you need to be careful because
they're not our friends.
You're swapping from one guy to another, and like Attica says, there are other ways of being independent. Because if you think about it, you can play the two powers off each other. That's what Yugoslavia did throughout the whole Cold War. And if you look at China, the reason why China is where it is now is because Nixon and Kissinger opened American capital to come in the 70s. But the one caveat was the firms had to always have a Chinese partner, and within 5 years, the Chinese would have supposed to have a majority control over a certain firm. So it's it's not like a movie where I team up with a guy from outside who like came in on an eagle or something. Then we team up, we beat the bad guys, and happy ever after credits. And it's a lot more complicated than that.
Yes.
Or as simple as you want to make it, I guess. Yeah.
No, I was just explaining the basic ways of how Sahel nations is actually coming up. Now, if you mentioned China and you mentioned Kissinger opening the markets for Chinese, whatever, for China is a hybrid. Politically, they're more closer to Russia than
communist. Politically communist. Economically capitalist.
Yes. China and Russia haven't been close since like the 50s because Mao and Stalin had disagreements over ideology. So there was a freeze between the two countries.
Absolutely.
Like I said, they're playing their own game. They're playing you're supposed to make yourself win, not trying to be on the winning side. You're supposed to focus on yourself, focus on number one.
Yes, Jay. Yes.
So what I'm saying is this. All right, you're saying that all right. There's this whole idea of this West or East. They always look to control us. So if you turn to East, let's say Russia, they'll do the same thing that the British are doing in different terms. That's what you're basically saying, right?
That's pretty much what's going to happen to the Sahel.
That's why I gave you the Sahel nations as an example. How much influence does the Russians have as far as policy and the day-to-day stuff that? Go ahead, Atticus. Then I'll bring it Bernard because he's been quiet for a while.
Thank you very much, Ken Rebel. Thank you, Jay. Just to answer your question very quickly, Ken Rebel, they have as much influence as the support they're offering. So if the Malian government rely on them heavily for military support, for example, they have that much say in what's going on, if you know what I mean. Because if the Malian government turn around and say, no, we're not doing that, the Russians can say, guess what? You're not getting what you want. Where they're going to turn to next?
I'll give you an example. There's actually a case where there's a Russian company that was bidding for a tender in Burkina Faso. Mm-hmm. And Traore actually turned them down and say that it's not that Russians have to get the tender because they are helping us militarily.
I love that you said that. I'll give you a Kenyan example.
Yeah, but Kenya and Burkina Faso, the current states are very different.
I understand,
with different. Yeah, go ahead.
I understand we're different, but you have to understand.
Mm-hmm.
One person in one country can do something the same as somebody else in another country.
Okay.
It's the same game that politicians in Kenya play. Huyu mtu anataka kuwanyang'anya hivi na hivi na hivi na hivi. Sisi watu wa hivi. That's all he's doing. Traore is another African politician. It's the same.
You have to be a politician to be a leader. But
watch this. This Russian company, I stopped him. That means I can keep the Russians in check. He's playing to an audience. The local people are demanding, these Russians that are coming in, can you keep them in check? Guess what? They put up a show. See this Russian company? I put them in check. But really, whatever agreement was made is still going on.
Okay, so let me pose this question, and I'll go to Bernard. I don't know if Bernard will kick you or
I'll mute.
Or Jay. Let me just pose this question, and even articles can jump in. Okay, if you have two deals, you have one, the Western model, IMF, World Bank, we tell you what to do. You do whatever you want with your tax money. You can do whatever the case you want to do, okay? And you know how it goes. You will bring you the nonsense about carbon credits and take your land, and you basically your people, all that, and you'll basically be renting in your own country. Or you have somebody like Russia saying, "Hey, listen, this is what we're going to do. We can help you with our army. We can help you develop the new your."
I love this question.
Hold on. We can help you with your military whatever. If you want nuclear weapons, we can help you with that too. We can help you just with the next 20 years. All you have to do, we need 20% of your oil, whatever revenue you get from oil and all that stuff. After 20 years, we're out. You're on your own. Your army will be good. You can protect yourself because you have the nuclear weapon, all that stuff. We can be allies, fight, whatever. Which one would you take?
All those options are false.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's what you don't get, Kenyan Rebel.
How so?
Why the hell would Russia help us be a superpower?
I'll tell you why. Because this is what Putin exactly said about West Africa. He said, I don't have to fight France directly if I can only help the West African countries become independent.
I've heard this.
Americans do the same thing.
France. No, Americans. What did Americans do?
No, Americans do the same thing.
No, but we've seen what America does wherever they go.
Jay, don't fall for it. None of this stuff was verified.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay, maybe I don't speak Russian.
I heard a quote from Putin saying, "Africa is only but a cemetery for Africans."
Yeah, but you have to take it in context.
No, there's no verification.
No,
Putin said this.
Yes, but you have to contextualize what he said.
No, there's no verification that he said it in the first place. Now we're dragged on by a narrative that doesn't exist.
Okay.
Do you understand, my brother?
I do, but
Putin never said this. There's nowhere recorded that Putin never said that.
Okay,
I don't support Putin.
All right. I can't argue because I don't speak Russian, so I can't verify. So I can hold you to that. I'll take to what you say.
Don't need to speak Russian because there are people around this planet,
right,
who are Russian, whether they support Putin or not, they will speak the truth. It's just like Kenya's situation. An outsider can go, I don't know about Kenya. I don't know what's going on. But they'll hear you, they'll hear Itumbi, they'll hear this person, they'll hear that person. So, all I'm saying is this. There's nowhere. I heard this story during Hillary Clinton's election, where you are.
Yeah. Very corrupt woman.
Exactly.
Very.
She's called Killary, not Hillary.
Right.
Killary, because everybody around her winds up dead.
Who did business with the Russians too.
And Epstein's.
Anyway.
And Haiti.
Order. I like this conversation.
Atticus.
We know.
Atticus.
Kiki, go ahead.
Atticus.
Yes, sir.
These conversations do not help us.
It does.
And I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm asking you. Now, I'm not talking to you specifically. I'm talking all of us.
Right.
We have to think about our people. Our goal is this guy has to go. He needs to be gone.
Yes.
Hold on.
When we talk about he has to go, we're not talking about Ruto. We're talking about the whole system. The whole system has to go. And you guys were talking about the West and the East. When the West and the East have no way to exploit us, we do not need to be defended.
Amen.
When the system is strong enough that if Ribo, you're the president, and they assassinate you, I come in. The policy is the same thing.
Assassinate
we do not need You know, like this is what the
Kiki,
US.
if you are the president, nobody should be able to infiltrate the government.
Yes.
To convince anybody else to take you out. Our Zoom.
No.
Hold on.
Heri mimi na wewe tugombane, but we cannot allow this outsider.
No.
Okay, Atticus, order.
Kiki knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah. All right, let him finish. You're really excited today. I don't know. All right, Kiki, go ahead.
Hata mimi nikakuwa kwa governor and you're my VP or I'm your VP, I will never fight with you when we are talking about our people,
outsiders,
our roads,
never.
Our hospitals.
Thank you.
Our treatment. Whatever comes in, and this is what West have done and the East have done so well. They see something they want, they bribe you. So you have a vested interest to get whatever you bribe you're getting from the East or the West, and they get what they want, right? Mm-hmm. The moment I said this, and it's not difficult. The most important thing in a country like Kenya is a very small country. Chakula, hosi, education. And nowadays, you don't need to go to the West. Internet is all over.
Now,
you can be the best.
Matano.
Yeah, you can be the best engineer just from the internet. Some of us are, right? So they sell you fear to tell you Somalia is attacking us, or mesopox is coming, COVID, because they want to sell you something. The West have been doing this for so long. They sell, for example, if you think about what is happening in Palestine, we are watching a genocide happen. A fucking genocide. People, kids, wamekatwa kichwa, mtoto. And these guys, something is not right. We are not right. We are not okay.
My brother, we don't even have to support the Palestinians in terms of religion or anything. It's something you see with your eyes.
Okay, let me bring in Ben, then Jay.
Thank you so much, Kenyan Rebel. Thank you so much for hosting.
No problem. I just wanted to say, I agree with what you're saying. The thing is, the influence of the West in Kenya is so deep.
Yes.
I get that point that we want to have a system where it works for us to a point where you don't need anything from the West. And I share the same sentiments. I would like to see that. But we cannot ignore the fact. Imamba GMOs, all this stuff that Bill Gates is getting in, carbon credits, this nonsense. I mean, how do you think it gets to Kenya? That's what I'm saying. The system, we are trying to change it. I like the whole idea of Gen Z. But what I'm saying is that we cannot be naive to think that, all right, once we get a good leader there and a good working system, we shall be just naturally be protected against the Western influence or Eastern influence or whatever the case is. These guys are not going to give up. They got industrialized by exploiting our continent. They're deeply invested. So if you cannot protect yourself with weapons that can match theirs, if we do not have that technology, you're not going to win. Now, if we can come up with our own technology where we can protect ourselves in order against them, then well and good. I'm not saying that we should run for Russia because, now it's either or. No. If we can come up with our own stuff, that's fine. We can do it. Okay, but I'm just using practical, historical evidence. Look at Iran. Iran understands that Israel can blow them off anytime with the help of the US. So they're turning to Russia because Russia is the only country that can actually go toe-to-toe with US weapons. Now, that's why I'm mentioning Russia as opposed to the Western influence.
I understand.
So let me give Jay or Bernard. Bernard, if you're still there, I know you're driving. Jay, you can go.
I'm packed now.
Bernard,
I'm packed.
Yeah, go ahead, Bernard. Then Jay, you can jump in. There was a question by WS Banker, who asked, actually it was Chief Negos say, Atticus and Jay need to explain fully how Kenya can free herself from the chains of the West without Russia's help. We need specifics, not hypotheticals.
Thank you, Chief Negos. I can answer when the host decides.
Right. Let's get Bernard, then we'll go to Jay and Atticus and Kiki to jump on that. Thank you so much. Go ahead. Brother Benson, I see you there. Nice seeing you, brother. We will like and share, comment in his and subscribe in his channel. Go ahead.
Well, first of all, thanks for giving me a chance to talk. I don't think the West has put a choke hold on us. So they're not our enemy. I think, if I'm not mistaken, a good number of people on this forum are actually in the West. There's a guy here in England. I know you're somewhere in Atlanta. I'm in Virginia. I mean, Kenya and the West, we have very, very strong historical ties. And someone here earlier mentioned about the Kenyatta family having strong ties with the British monarchy. That is true. They even co-own property together in some places. So we have strong historical ties. So that's not changing, and it will be it's fantasy to think that Kenya can revolt against the West. It will never happen. We were so intertwined in our cultures that and I personally don't think it's necessary. So the question is, how do we fix Kenya, and why are we having all these problems? Many of these problems are our own. We've created those problems by ourselves. We have someone like Ruto who grew up in Kenya, went to the Kenyan system, and never took the time to understand exactly what leadership is or governance is. He just wanted power. He rose to the top. He saw an opportunity, and he sold his soul to the American and British radical left. And now they have captured him, the Bill Gates of this world. Is that permanent? I don't think so. The liberals don't even, I don't know, they in power in England now, but in the United States they're also in power, but they can't even hold on to power in the United States or England for long. This power flips between left and right. So the West is not our problem. Our problem is within, is us, Kenyans. Someone just simplified the thing so well a few minutes ago. Just talking about education, food, I don't know, hospital and something else. Yes, I agree with that person, 100%. Let's provide for our people, and we can do it. Nowadays, it's very easy because of the internet. And I keep telling people, Kenya has one thing. There's some countries that are generally poor. They don't have anything. But each time I go to Kenya, I'm like, my God, this is just a country so blessed. You go to a place like the Dominican Republic that I think it could be smaller than Nakuru County, but in one airport, they take in about 20 white bodies a day, bringing tourists. You see, that's what we need in Kenya. We need 20 777s bringing in tourists to the South Coast every day, nonstop, from Japan, New Zealand, Europe, America, whatever. That's what is because we have the sunlight, we have the beaches, we have the attractions. It's all natural, given to us by God. Always selling sunlight, exporting sunlight and good weather. We can do it. That's the issue. We're not exploiting our resources because Ruto is mismanaging the country. That's the problem is that simple. And someone said here, Ruto must go. Actually, then they said everyone must go. This is where now I disagree. The Gen Zs came out very early. Finance bill, we don't want this. Bad. Boom. They won. It's out. Number 2, Ruto must go. Then after a little while, if Ruto goes, then Gachagua becomes the president.
No, it doesn't. What the?
Hold on, Atticus.
And that's what is now being used. You can see it in these people in Bunge la Wananchi, Akina Nuru Okanga and Gaucho, and they're saying it openly.
Are you kidding me? Oh my God, I'm sorry.
Atticus.
Let
Hold it,
me
hold it.
speak.
Atticus, order,
I
order,
apologize,
order,
host.
order.
I apologize, host.
We'll bring you Bernard here.
I apologize.
Yes,
The other
our
Bernard, not this one.
problem is we were so unified against the finance bill, but Ruto knows Kenyans very well. He knows he can split them on treble lines, and he has done that successfully by bringing in the Luos. And now the Luos are saying, "Nyo Kikuyu in shida yenyu." Eh? We can see it. It's clear. It's out there, clear as daylight. So suddenly, bad governance, is, and I'm not saying that's how majority of the Kenyans are, but that's the narrative. I think Kenyans are a little much smarter than that, and I believe this will come back to bite Ruto and Raila very, very badly.
All right.
Because in this day and age, in the day of the internet, where every Kenyan, even in the village, has the internet, they can see how people live in other places. Nobody is buying the tribalism thing. No one is going to buy it. And these protests are going to re-emerge again. And they're going to be very, very vicious when they re-emerge. Because you are seeing people like Babu Owino, who has fought so hard in ODM. He's been arrested like crazy. This kid has suffered. Then suddenly, from nowhere, Ali Hassan Joho from Mombasa, who, from more we can tell, in the last few years, even Raila's campaign, I don't even know where he was. I don't know whether he was sick or what. From nowhere, he's made a CS, whereby the people who have been carrying the entire weight of ODM are left out in the cold. So the revolution is intact, and the shenanigans are going to come to an end. And I'm very hopeful. That's my submission.
Thank you very much, Bernard. Jay, I'll start with you. Then Atticus will go. Then Kiki.
Why not me? Oh God!
We'll save the best for last.
Yes.
Oh God!
The question is, Atticus and Jay, to explain fully how Kenya can free herself from the chains of the West without Russia's help. We need specifics, not hypotheticals. All right, go, Jay.
I think you just need to address the root cause, because I think earlier you mentioned something about Bill Gates and bringing in GMO foods and everything. And the key cause of that has been just the failure of industrial and agriculture policies. That's the main thing. So you need just to focus on domestic growth, which is what Germany, America, the UK, China, Japan, that's what they all did. And this fantasy of getting guns and you'll have a strong country. First, you need to have a strong country, then you can make as many guns as you need. And there's some things that we need to get rid of some things like Ruto, who was the head of state, doing prayer rallies for rain in front of national TV in the year of our Lord 2023.
He's a holy man.
It's not something a serious person does.
Hey, don't
but
the one concerning thing I've heard from Bernard is this whole whitewashing of Babu Owino. Let's remember who these people are.
Thug.
This man, he shot a DJ in front of hundreds of witnesses. 2 years or 3 years ago? He was, or even when he was in Sonu, he was bribing people. And apparently, exactly, he was just a mafia boss. And he spent
I'm 40 years old. Babu Owino is a thug.
Okay, hold on. Atticus, order. Yeah. I'll bring you the other Bernard to deal with.
And also, how do you explain someone who spent 12 years as a student, then 4 years as an MP, and suddenly has all the wealth to buy all these cars and houses
on Facebook and Instagram? Don't try me.
Hold on. Atticus, please. Jay, you made a good point about.
Jay's right.
Hold on, Atticus. Hold on. You made a good point about if you have a good leadership, good structure, you can make that makes the economy work. You can have all the guns you want. Now, here is where I want to take you. Do you think the process in which we choose our leaders is flawed and the West has a hand in it in determining who our leaders are who are in turn going to make these decisions on which will determine whether we have a good economy or not.
Ask me the same question.
I will, after Jay.
Marx always said that, what's the quote again? The state is a managing committee of the ruling class. And it's just the same old guys, and it's just garbage in, garbage out. So it's just a case of having people who make the smart decisions. Okay, as an example, my mom used to tell me about Rivertex, Rift Valley Textiles. I'm too young for it, and it was like a big textile manufacturer in Kenya. So when people brought in Tumba, yeah, you're getting cheap clothes, but at the same time, you just killed off the Kenyan textile industry. So sometimes it's about making the correct decisions at the correct times.
Okay, same question, Atticus. The leaders that are being chosen is the same garbage in, garbage out as Jay has told us. Don't you think?
Stop calling them leaders. They're bureaucrats.
Okay, bureaucrats, whatever the name you want to call them.
No. It's very important.
Hold on, relax, order.
Sir, I say this with the utmost respect. It's very important.
Okay.
When you say leader, does this person decide what you put on in the morning?
Okay, Atticus, let's concentrate on the question. It's more important than
I am. You see, Africans don't want to think.
Okay, I get you. I agree. But listen to me, please get it together.
I am.
I'm saying this. When we choose these people who run the state, okay, don't you think the West has a hand in it? Because when the question was asked, Jay told us that yes, we need. It's a question of the people who run the state. If we have a good system with people who are there doing responsible things, we can have enough resources to build guns that we want, the biggest guns we have, and protect ourselves. And I'm saying, don't you think the process that we are part of, choosing these people who run these states, the delegated power that we give these folks, whatever you want to call them, don't you think it's the West has a hand in it to a point where they favor a certain candidate that will in turn have the position of running the states to favor the very West that we are trying?
It took you 1 minute 30 seconds. Jay, it took him 1 minute 30 seconds to ask me that question.
Right, because I wanted to get it right. Go ahead.
When I already understood what he was asking.
Okay.
The West had a hand when they landed here over 100 years ago. Kenyans are inherently imperialist in their thinking. Look at Kenyans. Do you have a title or not? That's when they listen to you. Do you have money or not? That's when they listen to you. We were all trained in the imperialist way. When a daktari, when an engineer, when EV, it doesn't matter if you raped a... It doesn't matter whatever. What's your title? So yes, they had a hand in our way of life long before most Kenyans think they did. They influence our education system. Why is it we were taught? I'm answering your question, Kenya Rebel. Why is it we were taught about Western countries, the Mississippi River, Mount Rushmore, London? Why are we taught about these foreign capitals and not our own history? In our own education system, in the name of geography. I remember. Maybe some of you don't remember. I remember. How is it I got to England and I know more about London?
Yeah.
Jay, you know, you're laughing, you know. How is it you know more about New York than Mombasa? You've never been to Mombasa. You came from the interior. But you get to New York, you know about the Statue of Liberty. You know about what's that other tall building?
Chrysler Building.
Chrysler Building. You know about Central Park. You know about Thanksgiving, you East African. How do you know about Thanksgiving in America, but you are an East African? Kenyan rebel, to answer your question, the West has had a hand in all our lives. Yours, mine, Jay, Bernard, Kiki, everybody's in the chat and beyond. Since they landed in Africa. Today, we take debts in what? US dollars, not Kenyan shillings. Don't you see? We are immersed. Do you know what that word means? Immersed. Uko ndani, ndani, ndani kabisa. Whether you like it or not, we were born into this, Kenyan rebel.
So how do we get out? That's where the question is, I guess.
Fight. Whatever that looks like, fight.
Now, you see where I was going with this.
The question should be, how do you win?
Huh?
I think the question should be, how do you win?
You fight. You kill the opposition, Jay. Attrition.
I get what you're saying, but that's why I was really, I know you people, like Kiki was telling me we should.
Kenyan rebel, I will protect you. I am the killer in the group.
Okay, hold on for a second. Kiki wanted us to concentrate on what we are having, as you know, what we are trying to change with the Gen Z, which is fine.
No, we're not trying to change nothing with the Gen Z.
No, hold on. We are trying to get the Ruto, who is the face of this, oppression, okay, and his cabinet and all that, and the parliamentarians and all that stuff.
Let me just say one thing. Last thing, and I will shut up. So you get the context and you continue. I want you to continue on that line. Okay. They're all in the game.
Who's on the game?
Raila, Ruto, Uhuru.
Right.
Etc. They're all in the game. This is the thing. They're fighting for who gets to rob us first. Raila is always crying because he never gets to rob us first. It's always Uhuru or Moi or now Ruto or Kibaki. But they're all fighting for the same thing. Raila wants the same system to maintain so that he gets an opportunity to rob us the way Uhuru and his father robbed us.
Okay, Atticus.
Thank
you. This is what I was saying, and this is where I was going to. We are in the first step of this liberation, which is, with people gathering, alafu we shall, hopefully we take this corrupt cabal out. Now, here's what I wanted to highlight. Libya, Iraq, Syria are super wealthy countries and had very strong leaders. They were powerful and dependent. The big mistake they made was to try to stand alone against the evil West. Now, that's why you guys have said really nice things, and I agree with you, but you never really addressed the question, the initial question by Negus. Because what I was saying is no, we can be successful and have a nice system that works. But again, like you said, Atticus, we are deeply immersed into Western culture, Western education, Western whatever, and they still have heavy influence in Kenya. Now, we can undo that, try to undo it by bringing a new system. But like I was saying, the West are not going to sit back with their arms folded, watching their investment, they're losing their hand on this.
Of course not.
So that's why I'm saying,
I can answer your question.
When we get to that, let me finish. I'm about to finish. If we succeed in this Gen Z and we put Okiya Mtata, who's talking good stuff, and I like him, he's saying all the good stuff. So if we get somebody like Okiya Mtata, whatever, I told you based on
himself. How about that?
Listen, I've told you about the book and how they operate, and this former CIA guy, John Perkins, how they operate. They first bring it to you like, hey, this is what we expect you to do. If you reject that, they'll try to take you out through coup d'etat. If you reject that, they bring in the big guns to take you out.
I want to answer you. Can I answer you?
Okay, answer me.
How about you fight back? How about you build an intelligence agency that can counter the CIA?
Dude, all right, I have to come in because
Kiki, no, is it Kiki?
Yes, it's my turn now. It's my turn.
No,
Okay,
Kiki.
okay, Atticus, let's Kiki go.
Listen, I love Kiki, bro. He's my brother. I love Kiki, bro.
Okay,
No,
Atticus.
I get that.
All right.
You know, that's not feasible. We can do it eventually,
Please.
but not
Hold on,
sasa.
Atticus.
No, don't mute me. Let me talk to Kiki. Kindly, my brother. Please, I beg you. Now, I only 10,000, Sani. Okay,
He can understand. He's not understanding
No,
English.
Kiki.
I want Kiki doesn't speak the same language. Please.
I understand. I'm speaking to you, but I don't need 10,000 Sani Mondo. I get lubricant. So things go smooth. Pause. No Didi. No Didi.
All right.
No Didi.
I'll be done in like 15 minutes.
Please. No, you have to stay longer. Please. You have to stay longer.
I can't.
I want to talk to you and Kiki. Please.
I can have Niko na responsibilities wewe. Lakini Kiki was saying something. Atticus, yes. Did you have something, a small thing you want to say before Kiki?
No, let Kiki.
All right, Kiki.
So I think the intent of what we're talking about here is legit. The pain that we all share is legit. We're in a place where I think part of it is the way we're talking about the West. It's a fact. There are the problem that we have the shackles, and that has even involved in a way. Even our media now is being controlled by the guy who we're trying to get out of power. As all of us were in the West, please, I don't know how to reach out to anybody here, but I have thought about trying to find some way to broadcast what is happening in Kenya, and having that awareness. When there's another Mandamano, when the world knows, eventually the West cares about the PR.
But that's what this forum is.
Information warfare. We have to go there. We don't need much. You have a phone. We have a computer.
That's what this forum is.
Thank you, Bernard. But go ahead, Kiki.
No, I'm saying we are here, we see everything. Our people back in the villages, like there's a day, I don't know how many days, the TVs were off, all of them. All of them. And people don't find it crazy or weird. It's not acceptable. So we have to break that. That is the part of kind of a lifeline where Ruto is holding a little bit. He has control of the media in the Citizen, Nation, Standard. Ndu was fired. She was just brought back the other day. This is how much power they have. So for us to break it, as we have to take our powers here and use what we have here. Internet, all of us here, internet, we don't even think about it. Use it to broadcast that. If they have to cut the cables in Kenya, cut it. That's what they're trying to do.
Yeah, but there's some people who've come on this forum and the people who have watched these videos in Mashinani in Kenya. That's how powerful you are right now, in case you don't know.
Good point.
This is what I'm saying. You do not need outside forces. All you need to call upon is your African brother.
Read this, Atticus. I want you to hear this. Muammar Gaddafi was a strong independent leader. Libya was a wealthy nation. Gaddafi believed he could take the West on alone. NATO dropped their latest weaponry. He wasn't a match.
Very easy. Muammar Gaddafi never made a real effort to connect with any other African country.
What? No. Okay.
Let me speak.
Okay. Order.
Everything was optics with Muammar Gaddafi. He never came to Kenya. When did he come to Kenya? When did he go to Tanzania?
He went to Uganda.
When?
19 what? No. It was right 2 years or a year before he got walianza kumtoa. It was yes.
Okay, thank you.
And built a very big mosque there and wanted a trade deal with Museveni.
Oh, he built a mosque in Uganda where there's a minority of Muslims. Not Kenya, not
It's Tanzania. A large minority.
No,
No,
it's a very tiny minority. I know. I'm a Luo.
No, I'm
border
just
Uganda.
hold on, Atticus. The
Muslim-
point I'm making. I'm trying to say that.
No, please. I'm answering your question, but you guys keep
Okay.
discounting what I'm saying.
Okay.
Please listen
No.
to what I'm
All right.
saying.
We are going to listen. Go ahead.
Muammar Gaddafi going to Uganda meant nothing because Uganda's Muslim population is too small. If he went to Tanzania or Kenya, that would mean something because our Muslim population is related to Somalia.
Can I interject just a second?
Yes, sir. And I'll continue. But
yes, you'll continue.
Yeah.
Muammar Gaddafi wanted to start the black dollar, where he said, "Hold on,
It's a myth. It's a myth.
It's a myth.
No. Can you listen? Can you listen? Though? Can you listen? You can call it a myth. That's okay. But here is the deal. This is we started this conversation with Jay one time, but we never went to it. The whole point of having your own currency is not depending on pinging your currency on the Western money, like the dollar, which is not backed by anything. So that's the idea he started. He wanted to bring the economies of Africa together, okay, where we basically the same thing I've been talking about, an economy where we trade amongst each other, we deal in our own currency.
Yes, I agree.
That's it. So just okay. Just to finish, I'm trying to say this by saying this. the whole idea that you're saying that Gaddafi did not try to reach out to other African countries is false. He did try that, even though he did. He had this. Go listen to his.
That was a narrative that was pushed through social media and other platforms. Muammar Gaddafi himself never made a concerted effort to walk amongst every single African government, good or bad, and say, let us take on the African dollar as a serious thing. It's a myth. It's a myth, my brother.
Yeah, he did more for Palestinians than he did for any single African. Yeah,
exactly. Muammar Gaddafi was more of an Arab than he was an African.
Yes, and the Arab rejected him because he was trying to get the Arab to get together.
And Arabs. We don't
he was also a terrorist. He brought down.
All right. Yeah. Order. You guys are out of hand. Where's the other Bernard?
No, my brother. I will donate to you whatever amount you need for you to stay online. I understand. We have to talk about this. We have to talk about this because these brothers see it. Kenyan Rebel.
I have 10 minutes.
No, you don't. You have.
I do. I come here every day, so we can continue this every day. I'm not stopping it because I'm not stopping because that Mambo McOure. I like this conversation. I like that you guys are challenging everything that I say. I love that. I'm just saying that realistically, I have 10 minutes. It's not that I'm trying to cut you off. So, anyone want to pick? Jeticus, were you done or you wanted to say something?
I'm just gonna finish. I just want to say, I really appreciate you for hosting this, and I really hope you host more of this because there's no other platform that allows this kind of conversation. I'm telling you the truth. Muammar Gaddafi, the idea was good, but the man himself, this guy, anti-African, anti-black, don't allow optics to fool you. Ruto can put on a good act, but you and I know what's going on in Kenya. Same thing with Gaddafi. This man was an Arab. He never was for us. He used that as a leverage talk. When he goes to certain places, he mentions it. African gold dinar, African currency. Other places, he's another thing. He's an Arab. Black Africans, you and me, Jay, Bernard, Kiki, we have to learn how to love each other and accept it. I'm tired of the fucking bullshit. Stop looking towards people who don't look like us, people who don't share our heritage, don't share our history, don't share our pain. Nothing. They benefited off us. Stop looking at them as a reference point.
All
I'm
right.
a Luo, I'm a Luo, but I will call my Kikuyu neighbor my brother before I ever call a European my brother. They are crazy if they think I'm going to sell out my own brother.
Right.
Unless what after Raila, what after Uhuru, what after Ruto, what after Wamalwa,
Order.
Oparanya.
Order.
What's the other one from the coast? That
Order.
clown from the
Order. Please.
Joho.
Atticus.
Clowns.
Atticus. All
I
right.
will slit a European's throat.
Wait. Utafanya channel iflashiwe.
I'm sorry.
Ukisema violence
You
hapa.
and anybody on this panel, I will do it.
All right, thank you. We don't condone violence in this channel. We are very
I don't either.
Peaceful.
Do
all right.
Do upon me, I do upon you.
Yeah.
I'm
Well,
sorry.
let me start with Jay, then we go to Kiki, then we go to Bernard, then Atticus, you can close it up.
Yes, sir.
All right, Jay, your thoughts, your final submission, your thoughts?
Yeah, I think one point that multiple people have made, and I know Bernard made this point, I think some weeks back, is I think the key word should be operational security. Because, this whole idea of making posters and tweeting until you're blue in the face saying, oh, tunafanya maandamano next Tuesday, then acting surprised when goons show up.
Police show up.
You need to move a bit more tactfully. I think that's a way to go.
Okay, we are going to have a discussion about that because I think there's a reason why they did that, but I'll save it for the next time.
We also have our gold standard discussion at one point.
We have a what?
Gold standard discussion.
Gold standard.
Gold standard discussion. Okay, yes, that too. Yes, gold standard.
Are you subscribed, Jay?
Jay has, don't tell me you haven't, and you've been here more than 1,000 times.
Jay
is
oh my God! You see, Kenyan Rebel. When I ask questions, you condemn me. When I ask questions,
it's okay. It's okay. Hold on. Jay, it's okay.
You subscribed?
Jay, Jay usually knows when I'm on, so I'll
Jay,
cut him some slack.
Cut the bullshit, bro.
Atticus, be order.
We'll have a discussion one day. Order. We'll have a discussion one day.
Yes, we will. Definitely.
Jay, everybody on this panel, I love.
Order.
On this panel, I salute you.
Atticus.
I'm sorry, but I'm just saying. They have to subscribe.
We feel the love back. Thank you so much. Let's get to Bernard, then we go to Kiki. Bernard, go ahead. Your last submission.
Subscribe.
Yeah, so I think we should we're losing focus a little bit in the revolution. I think we should stick to Ruto must go. Clearly, he doesn't like to see the revolution organizing protests. He wants to feel like he's a winner. That's why he's back on top of vehicles around the country to show us that he is governing by making even more promises on top of all promises. I think the more we keep up the fire, in either way, either it's through protests or online discussions, whatever, I think is the right thing to do. Let's keep up the pressure because this guy doesn't like pressure. He wants to feel like he's managed everything's quite down and he can loot without interruption. That's my closing remarks.
Thank you so much, Bernard. Nice.
Thank
Kiki.
you, Bernard. Peace and love, bro.
Kiki, the floor is yours. I'm a Kiki Amelala. Okay, you're still there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Kenyan, Atticus, Jay, Bernard. I have nothing else to add.
Man, I love you, Kiki, my brother.
I have
Wangu, bro.
Atticus, order.
I'm sorry, Kiki's my bro.
Okay.
We're in a place where the more we get distracted, we're wasting our time. Let's not get fooled in other things. We will think about them then. But until we get Ruto, and Ruto means everybody has to go in one way or the other. We talk here a lot and it's good talk. Gen Zs, whatever you're watching, the economy has to fail. It will be more painful now, but it will be much better tomorrow. When he has nothing to drive around showing, that's how you finish him. For the MPs, the MCAs, when they vote against your interest, salimia watu. Kama kona kuku, let's eat them. We eat them, then we wasalimia after.
Amen.
This is the only language they understand. And wazungu, they're not even there to protect them. So eventually, we have the upper hand. Let's start using it. Let's not waste our time anymore. Thank you.
Well put. Thank you so much. All right, Atticus Fungaduka. You're muted. Unmute.
Guys, I love everybody here. Can you guys subscribe to my channel? And if you do, all you 5 guys, well, all you 4 guys.
What's the name of your channel?
Atticus Now. I will start a live. My first live right now as a Kenyan. And I would very much like to talk to you guys. Kiki, Bernard, and Jay. Kenyan Rebel, you too. But you just said you got something to address to real quick, and then you come back or something. And I would very much like to continue this conversation, gentlemen, if you agree. Right now, I will start a live, my first live.
Well, put the link on the chat so people can.
Please, don't move.
For those who want to go there,
please don't move. You tell me if you see it. Yeah, I'm very quick. My channel.
KK is waiting for it.
Kindly, type in this.
Melchizedek, unasikia? Because I know you're coming back and you're.
I want to talk to him as well. He's my brother. And
that's why you need to drop the link.
Melchizedek, you know what? One thing about Melchizedek, I really enjoy his demeanor, because you know us Luos are very dynamic people. Kenyan Rebel.
Make it a Kenyan thing, because I don't want to feel my brothers from other.
I understand
mothers from other tribes not to feel like this is
and guess what? That's very Luo of you.
It's very Kenyan of me. Very Kenyan. Patriotic.
It's very Luo of you, because Luos embrace.
I think you're getting off the tangent. I'm about to close up.
Please. Let me just say this. It's very Luo of you, because it's embracing of everybody, because I understand what you're saying, because other cultures also embrace other people. And it's also welcome. That's not to discount what I'm saying.
We're not.
We're not throwing away people. Luo people don't throw away people.
Okay.
We never had wars with our neighbors unless somebody attacked us. And we don't have no problem with anybody in Kenya. We love their idea of Kenya. The Luo people love that. For non-Luos, the idea, we love it. But the implementation, we are disappointed as you, our fellow Kenyans, are.
All right.
But we do love it. We love you.
Melchizedek, anangoja link. I'm about to. What did you want to type? Atticus Now 30 what?
No. Type in Atticus Now.
On YouTube?
Yes, please.
Okay, so everyone.
I'll start.
Can you type it on the chat? Type it on the general chat, not the private one.
I can't. I'm not a moderator.
Oh, okay. Let me see.
I can't. Maybe you.
Atticus like that. Atticus Now 131. Atticus Now 131.
Copy,
all right.
Copy. Yeah, and then I'll start a live stream right now. I'd very much like to speak to. Thank you, KK. Kiki. Thank you. Join, please. I'm starting it right now.
There you go.
Kenyan Rebel.
Yeah.
You need to join as well, because
I will. I just have some responsibility.
I'm not leaving you behind. When you and I had that disagreement, yeah, and we came back together, I think that made us stronger.
Yeah, we are all stronger when we get together. Me, you, Jay, everybody. But guys,
Yes.
as much as I love you, I have to finish this. I have to finish.
Sir. Thank you.
Thank you so
guys.
much. Thank you so much, Jay. Thank you so much, Atticus, of course. Kiki also. Poleni for your experience with the other Bernard in SCT. We can always have this chin in your upper. Make sure you subscribe, share, like, do all the good stuff. Go to Atticus now.
Yeah.
131 on YouTube, right?
Yes. Just stay online. Wait. Next.
All right.
What do I call it? Kenyan Rebel, the NBA. Kenyan Rebel Post Stream. This is your domain. What should I call my first stream regarding what we're talking about?
Anything, whatever you want to take your top. Atticus, I really have to go. We have to go.
Peace and love, my brother.
All right. Take care, guys. Thank you so much, everybody. Subscribe, like, share, comment, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.
Join me right now.
Blessing.
Join me right now, guys.
All right.